sharing some of my top picks for types of books to share with ages 0 to 5 years. So for our babies, babies love faces, so you could put together your own photo album for your baby, or this is a little album from Sassy Baby that is waterproof, and we just have some pictures in here for baby to see faces as they're when they're 0 to 3 months. Black and white is a great option for them. They love the contrast, and as they get a little bit older, around 3 months, they'll start to see other color combinations. So you can identify grandma and grandpa, flip through, have their first book of Who Loves Baby. Another great option for newborns to 1-year-olds is anything that has a lot of texture or makes sound. So this is a great book from Skip Hop. It's an ABC activity book with lots of things to squeeze, shiny things to look at, also ABC, and even a little banana bookmark for teething. And this is one of my baby's favorite books. This is Feely Bugs. I know there are a lot of books that have great textures and things for a little one to explore. This one has all sorts of different things, feathers, leather, lace, all sorts of things for babies to explore and get that sensory experience as well. As baby gets a little bit older, from ages 1 to 2, you might start experiencing some difficulty with transitions. Maybe you're leaving your child with a babysitter, they may be starting a preschool program, or even just getting into a bedtime routine. So for ages 1 to 2, I recommend social stories. This is something that you can actually create yourself, or there are lots of amazing books that detail all sorts of transitions, like maybe even becoming a big brother or sister. So this is a social story that we made for class at Bubbles. It simply has pictures of the children and what they're doing in class, so we can explain what's coming next in class, and the children can even go through their story before they come into class so they know what to expect. And this is one of my favorite books dealing with separation for the first time. So this is a little raccoon who is learning to say goodbye to his mom as he goes off to his first day of school. But just a great story to share if your little one is heading off to preschool, a daycare program, anything like that. In ages 2 and 3, your little one's vocabulary is booming. They're learning so many new words per day, and so I find it really fun to share books that are only pictures with children that are that age, so they can make up and narrate a story along with you. These are a couple of my favorites. This is Tuesday by David Weisner and Chalk by Bill Thompson. So each time that you share the story with your child, it could take on a whole new light depending upon what type of narration they'd like to add on and what they see in the pictures. Now to have even more fun with a story like this, or any story, you can add sound effects, use puppets. Tuesday is a magical story about a bunch of frogs that take off on an evening flight. So before sharing this story, I might even get the children interested with some frog noises with an instrument, or you might rescue a little frog and introduce that to them. Or if they're interested in drama and having a little pretend fun, you can just find some green fabric around the house, boop, and become a frog with them. Ribbit. Alright, now sharing stories with your child can also provide a great opportunity for social and emotional development. So as your children read and listen to a story, they can experience the characters' emotions as well and learn to better identify their own. So these are a couple stories that explore different emotions of the characters. This is Today I Feel Silly and Other Moods That Make My Day. And one of our favorites here, Giraffes Can't Dance, where a giraffe goes through a wide array of emotions when he thinks he can't dance. Now, this is a great opportunity to talk to your children about how they're feeling, different ways they might express themselves, and maybe you can even play some games with facial expressions and using your body to express emotion, and even a little guessing game. You may want to guess what a character is feeling just by looking at their face. Now, another way to extend this activity, so now that children are 3 or 4 years old, they can really get into the story by getting to know the characters and even extending with an art project. This is a dancing giraffe that we made to go along with Giraffes Can't Dance, because of course they can. Alright, now children who are ages 4 to 5 are already starting to develop a really great sense of humor and even comedic timing. So for this age group, I'd recommend books that have kind of a fantastical theme, funny wordplay, all sorts of things, even characters for you to play around with and have fun with different voices or fantastical stories. These are a couple of my favorites: Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and this is a story about a child who goes to the zoo and meets lots of different animals who have strange requests of him. And there's a lot of kind of inside jokes and humor embedded in these books that is really fun to watch your little one kind of get it. Also, books like this that kind of visit a number of characters and follow a sequence of events can help your child to exercise their memory and just work on that skill of remembering a sequence. A way to jazz up stories as your child gets a little bit older, and just to incorporate even little props, things you may have around the house already. Maybe they have a toy that could go along with something in the story. It's a way to draw them into the story before you even begin, or give them a chance to extend the story after it's done. So throughout, this character is collecting all sorts of things, but he doesn't know what they're for. By the end of the story, he knows what they're for. So you might encourage your child to take some of the items from the story and see what they can build with them. The possibilities are endless. Thanks so much for checking out some of my favorite stories to share. Now, we at Bubbles Academy would love to hear about some of your favorite stories. Feel free to let us know, and we'll make sure we have those books on hand for open play or story time, or even in our preschool.